I'm sorry, I don't know how to continue on making another video or adding on to a video, but I wanted to tell you also the 12th is my last day of work for 4 whole weeks. And when I go back, it's going to be exactly 7 days before Trump's fourth year begins of his presidency. Oh, and I also had a dream a couple years ago. Carly remembers this. That I was in a church or whatever, and we all come out, and it was about this time, and Amir Tisfar, however you pronounce his last name, the Jewish man that does the Israel breaking news stuff over in Israel. But anyways, him and Princess Carly, we all started holding hands and speaking in tongues, and it was a full moon that was above us, and we kept praying and praying and praying, and all of a sudden we all got raptured together. So this could be it. This couldn't be it. I just know that we are in the timing, and it is anytime, any day. And if you're not saved, please get saved. And I wanted to answer people's questions. If you read in Leviticus 15, those who want to sit there and say about Christmas how it's pagan, it was founded by paganism, yes, but because Jesus Christ died for us, we no longer live in sin. In sin. We are now saved by grace. That is not a license to sin. We do not worship the tree. Okay, the green of the tree represents the tree of life. Okay, and the wise men represented gold, frankincense, and myrrh because they knew as a symbol that Jesus was here to live and to die. Okay, that is what the evergreens do. They live, they die. Okay, because everything that has breath eventually dies. Okay. The bark represents the cross, okay, that he was hung on. The red represents the blood that which has been shed, okay? And if you look way back, okay, into how Christmas actually came about, you'll realize it has nothing to do with anything paganism at all. And Santa, people want to sit there and say that that is a bad thing, that it represents Satan. Looking at a lot of signs, I look at it as Santa. You know, he represents a god because he sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. You know, and if you have to be, he knows if you're naughty or nice, and if you're not good, you get punished and you get cold and this and that. And it's kind of a symbolism of Christ. And if we think about it, you know, around this holiday season, it would actually make perfect, sense of his timing, okay, for him to come back, around Christmas or Hanukkah timing. Like I said, I don't know the day or hour, but as long as I am a born again believer, I know that Christ did not die in vain for me. So these holidays, we are free, okay, to worship Christ. We are free to worship Christ any day of the week, okay, any month. Jesus was born on Sukkot, okay, and that's in September. All right, but it doesn't matter when we celebrate it. Okay, just going off man-made traditions, yes. But if you live by the law and you want to bring up about worshiping, or celebrating Christmas, that I'm not getting raptured, well, then you haven't read the Bible correctly, because if you read in Leviticus 15, you have to abide by every single one of those laws, and there's over 600 of them. Even if you thought of lust, even if you think someone is ugly, even if you thought a mean thought, you have sinned, okay? And you will be punished for that because you're under the law. Remember that. Your hands will be cut off if you do something wrong. You have to abide by each and every one. You got to sacrifice animals. You got to do offerings and bring it into the temple. We're saved. Jesus died. He got rid of all that. And not to mention, we are not born Jewish. Okay? So that does not apply to us. It is not a license to go out and do what you want and sin. Okay? But if you live by the law, you will die by the law. Period. Christ did not die in vain. He died to save us from our sins. So therefore, all we have to do now is ask Christ to forgive us. Okay? If you feel in your heart conviction for celebrating Christmas or celebrating Easter or whatever, that's perfectly fine. It's when you take Christ out of that season where that becomes the sin. God bless.